Hey again, folks. I guess I still have the 5-minute limit on that video, so we're gonna have to break this one up. I'll try not to make these videos too long, but 5 minutes is probably a little bit short for some of the videos I want to do. So I just, made the big $30 purchase and upgraded the account so I can cast my screen and record it easily. Anyways, let's get back to what we were talking about. We were talking about this example question with David. So David, he's banking with CIBC. He's got a charge. He's been charged because he has done more transactions than is covered in the $6.50 per month. So David's got 36 transactions. They are 20 of them are free, or they cost you $6.50, and the other 16 are going to cost 75 cents each. They're $6.50 per month for those 20, 75 cents per transaction for the other 16. Now, 6 of those are expensive because they were on other ATM machines. So this is like he goes into the store and it is a Bank of Montreal machine. So he's got to pay a $1.50 service charge. Remember that there might be service charges on top of that, right? There might be another fee. Bank of Montreal says, hey, pay us $3. And they don't know how much you're paying CIBC. So it's not like you're paying $3 total, and that $3 will be split in half between Bank of Montreal and CIBC. CIBC is actually going to take that money on top of things. Anyways, the total cost is calculated in this way in this example: $6.50 plus 16 times 75 cents plus 6 times $1.50. So here's our $6.50 for the monthly fee. Here's 16 times 75 cents for the transactions that cost you 75 cents each, and then 6 of them also cost an extra $1.50. That means $27.50 per month, which is good enough to buy lunch a couple times, 3 times, 4 times, maybe a new shirt. Hey, $27.50 is quite a bit of money. I wouldn't be wasting that. That can go a long way. So if you're a student right now, you probably shouldn't be paying too much in transaction fees. So I would hope that if you look at your own bank account, you don't see too many transaction fees. Perhaps you have a bank account that says, hey, when you're under 18, which a lot of you are, you're a student and we're not going to charge you much. You might have a bank account that also says something like your first 50 or 100, or there's a big limit. Or you might have a bank account, which is pretty common, that as long as you're using your machine at an Interac terminal in the store, so like you're tapping your card and that sort of thing, you're not being charged for those things. I know a lot of people say they get charged for ATM transactions, like going to an actual machine to take money out. And what they actually do is get cash back when they make a purchase at somewhere like Metro, or most grocery stores will give you cash back, and then you don't get charged a transaction fee. If you're like a lot of people, though, you've got maybe a banking company like Simply Financial or Tangerine or something else that runs primarily online, and those bank accounts actually don't charge you a fee. Now, be careful, though. I say that, but they will charge you fees for using other ATM machines, and they will charge you fees for doing weird, out of the ordinary things. So I'm not saying run out and change your bank account to Simply Financial, but maybe we're going to do a research project and look into what you think the best bank account is for you. So in these units, there are some support questions, and the support questions are nice because I have answers that I'm going to provide to you. These are the ones that I'm going to ask you to do independently after watching this video. So this is your homework for the day, is to do these 2 support questions. So these support questions are just like the one we just did with the example. There's also some key questions that don't have answers provided. Key questions I might sometimes assign to you as work that you need to hand in, or they might just be ones that we work through in class. So in this case, we're going to work through this one in class so we are all on the same page. So I actually started making a video of this already and then restarted because I had that 5-minute limit. So that's why I had some writing here. So what I was doing was I was reading through this example about Jill. So Jill needs to calculate service charges of doing banking using an ATM and direct purchase. This is during the month. She belongs to BMO, which is Bank of Montreal, and she does the following things. She withdraws cash 14 times. She pays bills 6 times. She withdraws cash from a non-BMO ATM 8 times. and she used her debit card to purchase items 22 times a month. That's quite a bit of stuff going on. It also says Jill was unable to maintain a balance above 1,500 for the entire month. It says Jill's, but it should actually just say Jill. The account information is given below. So she has 20 transactions for $7.50 a month, 50 cents for each transaction over 20, and she pays $1.50, just like our last example, for each transaction from a non-BMO ATM. Now, it says all BMO-based transactions are free if a minimum balance of $1,500 is maintained in the account at all times. So that means she would have to have over $1,500 sitting in her savings account, or sorry, probably her checking account, at all times. Now, if you're anything like most people, you don't have over $1,500 sitting there at all times. So what would happen to Jill is she might think she's getting no service fees, but if she drops even 1 penny below 1,500, they will charge her service fees for the entire month. This is a way that the banks, do pretty well and make sure they get more of your money. So let's attack this question. I'm just going to go through and organize the information from the question. So it says the Bank of Montreal withdrew cash 14 times. So cash 14 times. Bills 6 times. Non-BMO 8 times. And purchases 22 times. Okay. So we have to figure out how much this is going to cost her. Now, 14 plus 6 is 20, plus 8 is 28, plus 22 is going to be 50. So 50 transactions. So we know that 20 transactions are $7.50 per month. So the first 20 equals $7.50. Then we've got 30 other transactions because 50 minus 20 is 30. So you could write that to the side or just do that instead. 50 minus 20 equals 30 other transactions. Now, 30 times 50 cents equals 15. And then it says non-BMO transactions. So we also have to add that in. So there was 8 of those times $1.50. And 8 times $1.50, I'd suggest you do that on your calculator. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 50 is $4. $12. Total charges. $7.50 plus 15 is $22.50. Plus $12 is $34.50. Boom. Okay. So you'll notice that I did some organizing. I used some colors just because I could. What I'm looking for you to do, and you don't always have to provide a copy of the work you do, but it's good practice, right? So if I say do this, what you should do is do the 2 questions, maybe write them down in your notebook, take a picture of them. You could do them on the computer if you have a means of doing things. I'm going to put stuff up in a PDF form. So if you happen to have an Apple device, and that's what I have, so I'm a little more familiar with that. I know that you can draw on PDFs just with like the paint function in an Apple device, and my students tell me that you can do that in an Android device as well. That's just not really my strength. You don't have to do that, but if it's easy for you to do it on your device, awesome. If you would just prefer to look at the screen and do the work, just write down beside your work. This was, what was it? It was key question. Oh, come on. Key question 11. So all you'd have to do is write down key question 11, key question, that's a Q, not a G, key question number 11. So, and you'll notice I'm not very neat. So you just have to sort of match my level of neatness there. So as long as I can tell what you did and see your work, we're all going to get lots of credit. So I've organized my work. I know what's going on. I labeled it. I think this is a pretty good answer. Do you have to have a long written answer? No. I just need to understand the math behind things. And I need you to show me that you understand how this is going. So your answer should look something like this, or something like the sample that we looked at in the, what are they called? In the other questions. These ones. That one right here. So you could do it something like this. The reason why I like my method better than this one, though, way less writing down of words. If you look at this, there's all these words. Whew, that looks exhausting to me. So you don't need to write out everything like this, but this is like a nice example for you to reference. So if you want to do it just like this, you can. If you want to do it just like mine, you can. I would like to see what you can do. And there is only 2 questions, so it shouldn't take you too much time. Like this is only one day's worth of work, and this is sort of the amount of work that I would expect you to do each day. And I promise you, all the videos aren't going to be this long. And I'll make you a deal. If you watch the video all the way to the end and you're still listening to me and you send me a picture of a animal of your choice, you'll all get a bonus percent on your final grade. Anyways, I'll talk to you all later, and I hope this helped.